Hey guys, Trotty Golf, Chris Trott. I work on tour for TaylorMade. We're here at the Kingdom and today we're going to talk to you about bounce. What is bounce? Well, come and take a look at this. Straight out the gate, I have two high toe wedges. One is the ATV and one is the four-way camber that was helped develop by John Rahm in that very area in front of where you're looking right now. Bounces from the back of the blade. Obviously it would be from the front of the blade to the back of the blade, but it's the angle at which is formed in the camber. And you can see here we've got two different types of camber. On the right, as you guys look at the screen, this is the ATV, and you can see there is a ridge down and then a secondary ridge, and then it tapers off. Also, you'll notice here that this is called the heel of the golf club, is really cambered away. Now, if we talk about the ATV for a second here, the camber away, if you look at this, if imagine I'm in a bunker and I'm getting very low to play this in the correct fashion, I've got the blade open. Right now for a flop shot or a bunker shot, and I would be that open if I was playing one, my hands are much lower than where they normally are at address. That is when I really use and activate the heel relief. Because if you have heel that digs in, then the blade will turn left and it'll cause the bunker shot, which is usually a soft, delicate shot, to come out quick, overspinning and run. So that's not what you need. So by having this heel relief, which is part of the camber, immediately that then makes for a softer club going through the sand, clears the sand, allows the ball to come out in the correct manner. If you then look at the toe of these high toes, the toe area, I'm just talking about the sole, I'm just talking about bounce. You can see that's tapered away as well. Now where we use that is if you get a lie that might be sandy, like the divot, old divot on this tee, or it's perhaps in an imprint, which this is a perfect tee at the Kingdom. They've done a great job. But if you get a bad lie, quite often you want the smallest amount of club interacting with the turf. Smallest amount of the sole interacting with the turf. And the way you would do that is to prop the toe up, almost get the club close to vertical, stand nice and close to the golf club. Then you play it as if it's a putt. You don't have too many levers. You keep the levers out, much like Jason Day would do. And then you've only got minimal turf interaction and you can pop the ball out with overspin. So when you've got that nasty lie, this toe area, which often people overlook, that's often cambered away, is designed to just have minimal turf interaction. Then on this one in my hand, which is ATV, or this one which I showed you earlier, which is four-way camber, if we get straight into the middle, and you can see as these have been used as Kingdom demos, people have worn away the center, which is perfect, worn away the center. A lot of the customers coming here should be very proud of that. That's a good wear mark. But the middle of the sole is then used to push away sand in a bunker shot, or it's used on a pitch shot to help the club come out of the turf. Once the club goes into the turf, it has to come out, and the camber helps it. So based on where you're playing, whether it's soft fairway conditions, whether it's hard fairway conditions, how much bounce you put on that club will dictate how it comes out of the turf. The other thing to look at is how steep are you as a player. If you're someone, we talked about it earlier, that has a lot of wrist hinge and then gets down into just a standard shot that's a pitch shot, say 60 yards, you're going to need more bounce to get the club out. Or if you're perhaps a more advanced player and you don't have much wrist action, Jason Day, like I said earlier, or a Steve Stricker even, they don't need as much bounce to get out, especially if they're playing on good grass, good conditions, just summer golfers sometimes. But if we go to the other side of the globe, it's a links player, someone who plays on the coast. You've got to look at that because the sand will get heavier. That dictates it too. So like all these situations, you must seek advice. You must speak to a fitter in your area and get guidance on what's the right bounce for you. But that's a general overview. And then the final thing to consider here, and it's actually coming away from bounce, but is leading edge. And you can see here on the ATV, this is called belly. The belly's a little bit more rounded versus the four-way camber where the belly is a little bit straighter. All of that helps you as a player have different turf interaction when you hit those pitch shots that just go through the grass perfectly and to perhaps take more of a divot like that one or are shallow as they come through. All things to consider. Like I say, the best advice I've got for you is to seek a fitter, go and speak to them about what you want to do and hit everything from a 50, 60 yard pitch through to a bunker shot. Good luck.